Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chillin' with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne. Made myself some tea. What's in here? Hibiscus, peppermint, and at the very end, I put a little bit of jasmine green. All right, so I wasn't really planning on making a video today, but I wanted to talk about how I'm feeling because I have a feeling that there are a lot of other people out there that are in a very similar sentiment. I've been in my feelings today. I woke up first. It's been storming quite a bit overnight and into the morning. So I woke up kind of cozy. I didn't have any major commitments today, which I've been enjoying. And, I was all cozy with Yari in bed. So I started off quite chill. But as I do sometimes, I started to scroll. And I have been more inclined to do so because of the current situation out in Los Angeles. This is a few days after the major fires that have affected the area. Most of them still going on right now. Very little containment so far, unfortunately. And yeah, I've been following fairly closely since they started. Um, After moving away from California, I tend to get even more captivated by any natural disaster that happens back home, even in New York as well. I remember, I think was it Hurricane Sandy when I was in Brazil, and I just remember watching, so much footage because I just couldn't believe that that was the moment where I happened not to be in New York. And so, yeah, since I've been away from the States, I'm always really following and kind of enraptured by all of like the latest news when it comes to any kind of events, devastating natural disasters like that, especially again when they hit so close to home. Right now, all of my family lives in California. A couple of my immediate family live in the LA area, not too close to where the fires were, thankfully. But I do have a lot of friends that were affected, which is heartbreaking, right? To see. And the friends that I do have are families with little kids that this was their first, home with their kids, where they sent their kids off to school, things like that, which is quite emotional. And, these are working families that live in communities with other working families, and I know that losing a home, whether you're rich or poor, is devastating in its own way. But not knowing how you're going to rebuild because financially now the world feels a bit against you. Um, yes, I do sympathize a lot more with those communities and those people. So, yes, I have been quite emotional watching friends and just people in general having to experience such hardship. And I notice myself feeling a bit lethargic or even giving in to this uh, lethargy a bit, uh, feeling like experiencing these emotions is a bit more important than whatever I had on my to do list, which, again, gratefully, right now, I don't have any major responsibilities or commitments. But there is a bit of resistance as well, feeling that guilt of not being productive. But again, that's kind of that colonized mindset of having to be in this uh, constant, mode of production. If I'm not doing something uh, quote unquote valuable with my time, then I'm wasting time. So I've really been working on. I think I've journaled about it almost every day this week. I'm really working on accepting graciously this freedom I have right now of not um, having any major commitments or obligations that take up a lot of my time. I still am teaching, but I am teaching very few hours. I'm in between uh, jobs right now. Um, I'm signing on to a new company, but it's taking a bit longer than anticipated. So this time that I had thought that I would already be starting my new gig, I have a lot of free time. Um, and the very ambitious, motivated part of me is like, well, this isn't free time. This is a great time to get ahead on project X, Y, and Z. You could be doing this and that. You could start towards these goals that you have on your, 2025 intention, goal list. Um, and the main thing I put actually on my intentions for this week is to ease into this level of productivity that I'd like to see myself in, to ease into it gently and slowly. I've adopted this concept of going with the natural flow of the years changing, where yes, we ring in the new year 2025, like numerically and according to the Gregorian calendar, we are starting a new year, and there is a lot of significance in that in its own way, because I can't help but be a product of my upbringing, of seeing it as a new year in January. But I do feel physically like as a product of nature and a bit more aligned with, my circadian rhythm and the rhythms of the seasons. Uh, I feel more aligned with the energy of the astrological calendar or the calendar of nature, where our new year starts with the spring equinox. Uh, and in Bali, at first I thought, oh, I live in the tropics, I don't really get to experience the seasons like I would in a place like New York, where it's very obvious with the climate and the environment. You can really feel the change of the seasons, and during the winter, you're forced to hibernate. You don't really have a choice, right? But actually, here in Bali, the winter season is the rainy season, and this year has been particularly wet. So we have been spending a lot of time indoors. By we, I mean Yari and I. And I'm very grateful because I've been able to make my home even more homey and cozy, and I've been really enjoying hibernating and cocooning. But with that said, since I do feel that I'm aligning a bit more with that calendar, I'm really trying my best to give myself January and February to, again, ease into that productivity mode, to spend a lot more time alone, going inward. It is a really good time for that. I had planned to put out the full moon ritual video this week instead of this one. But every time that I am called to meditate and do my personal practice, I haven't been able to do it in front of the camera. So that's kind of been a tricky new skill that I need to try and implement, because my practice is so personal to me, as it should be to you as well. I'm here to serve the community and the collective, and by doing that, I do need to share my personal practice with all of you. So, in hopes that you are able to find something that is useful for you as well. So, and I feel a bit guilty, not guilty, but I feel just a tiny bit of disappointment in myself for not getting that out there for you. But it's only me who is uh, requiring that of myself. No one has asked that from me. But I do, again, want to get in the habit of uh, being there for you. Um, the reason I am called to do this work is because I know how helpful my practices that I've done, that I've shared and taught with to others, I know how beneficial they can be in one way or another, on some days more than others. And I think it's important that everyone and anyone has access uh, to that um, to that type of practice, or to these types of practices. Uh, but with that in mind, I can't be the best guide and teacher and facilitator for you and the community if I don't take care of myself first. So back to, again, why I originally created this video is, if you too are feeling a lot of extra emotions that are due to events and circumstances that are outside of you, that do not necessarily directly affect you, but can affect you in some way, whether it be emotionally or indirectly by how those circumstances might trickle down to you in some ways. I'll see if I can think of an example a little bit later. Uh, but I can think of other times, definitely, like I said earlier, natural disasters, but even witnessing the genocide for the past year and a half. Uh, at the beginning, you know, it's kind of unfortunate to say it this way. At the beginning, I mean, I cried a lot. Like, I had to stop myself from watching certain videos because it was so emotional, and there were moments where I had to stop. Um, and as some of you might know already, I work with kids, and seeing children suffer in, at such a magnitude, and um, I'm at a loss for words most of the time. It was just tears. So witnessing such, graphic, disturbing, horrifying images, you know, and feeling a bit helpless at times can take its toll on you. Again, even if you are not directly affected by uh, those type of hardships, it is important to acknowledge the emotion that comes up when you're witnessing them, and using those emotions in a way that helps to amplify voices of the oppressed, or those that are suffering when it comes to natural disasters. If you are able to share resources, whether they be monetary, or sharing resources of places they can go, where to get donations, helping facilitate volunteers, whatever it is you can do. And it's been tricky for me during certain moments where I feel a bit guilty when I can't financially contribute much. Um, and I wish I could. And the reason I'm sharing again this is because of that feeling. There are going to be moments where you feel a bit helpless, where you wish you can do more. Um, by by already being aware of circumstances and feeling for these people, and in some way, asking whatever higher power you believe in to send them peace, to help alleviate their suffering, um, to find your own, practice of meditation or energy generating and sending that, high frequency energy to those places in the world. And I know that for some of you who are not so familiar with some of the work and the meditations and the practices we do here, um, those concepts could sound a bit, a bit too esoteric, a bit too mystical. Um, but we're all energy, and fire is energy in its own form. And the emotions that are stirred up within us and within the victims of those hardships are also energy. So there will be different types of resources here on my channel that will help you to learn how to channel that energy, how to send it to people and places that you want to dedicate your practice to. So, yes, if you are feeling very emotional, it's important to take care of your mental health first. Because without you, without your strength and your awareness, you won't be the best help to anyone, right? And that is why I have to take my own time to find my own stillness and my own practice so that I can be hopefully of some help to you. So make sure you do those things. I do notice, yes, this was one of the main reasons why I made this video. In these times when I'm feeling very emotional and a bit consumed by whatever it is that is happening that has made me very concerned for humanity. I do sometimes go to my places of escape. For me, it's watching series or movies. Um, and I particularly, some of my friends know this about me, I watch a lot of like action kind of films. Right now, I've been hooked on The Equalizer. It's the show that has Queen Latifah. And a reason why I like watching shows like this is because they are written in a way to show you how good people show acts of kindness, of altruism, of bravery and courage. People that do these things without hesitation, people that believe in justice and equality, uh, and rights. So it's like it's meant to be the show that I'm watching. It's meant to be kind of an action film, but they do definitely at the end always really bring it back home, like back to heart, and almost always I tear up. um, and that that is important. I think it's important to be able to relate to humanity, even if their circumstance is very different from yours. It's important to be able to see yourself in others, despite the differences that you may have, despite their mistakes or imperfections, which I know is easier said than done. But empathy is one of the most important tools we have as humans, and opening our hearts and our minds to new experiences, new ways of thinking, new emotions, new ways of dealing with those emotions is imperative to our growth. And that is one of my goals here, is to share with you my experience with that process, things that have helped me uh, deal with difficult emotions, um, tools that have helped me open my heart and my mind to find more balance between my heart and my thoughts and my actions. I wanted to touch base also on how important it is to um, be aware or find and know your purpose in life. Uh, because everyone is here with a purpose, and sometimes multiple purposes. um, and it is certain that whatever that purpose is, it's meant to serve your community and your collective in somehow. And we need you to find that. And that discovery, that self-discovery, that mission needs to be done from the heart. That's where you will really know intuitively that you have found your purpose. Uh, and when you do find that purpose, whenever you feel this feeling that I kind of explained, I felt a little bit earlier, feeling a bit helpless, especially that I couldn't give financially, that I can't be there with people that might, need help, that I can't do more. I'm reminded that I have a purpose in this life, and my purpose is to teach, is to guide, and as long as I do that in the best way that I can do that at this moment and in this time, that it is okay. You cannot be, we're not Superman, We can't just fly over to whatever destination needs us, okay? But we are very lucky at this day and age to have the internet, where we can share our voice, we can promote and amplify the voices that need it. Uh, we can shed light on uh, situations where people are being oppressed and in the dark. We can use our emotions to fuel our words and our actions in a way that expresses how we really feel in our hearts. I know that sounds a bit sappy, uh, but when we speak and act from the heart, it's the only way that we are going to really help heal the world. and move forward into a brighter future. Yeah. Um, like I said, I've been quite emotional today. It's been a bit of up and down. I also, after feeling a bit heavy with my emotions, I decided to uh, record one of my children's videos, which requires um, a whole different Yvonne. It, I turn into Miss Yvonne, which is a lot more animated, not as chill as this. But again, I have a purpose, and I do that for the kids. I'm getting choked up. I do it for them. And so uh, that work is so special to me. And it reminds me that when I feel a bit helpless, that I can't give in ways that I want to give, that I have to be reminded that I am still giving. Uh, I'm giving I'm using energy that uh, this morning, after being so emotional, I thought I didn't have. But I was dancing nonstop and being Miss Yvonne for the camera, for the kids. Uh, and I surprised myself. And after I was done shooting that video, I felt better. And then I started to relax again, and then I felt compelled to record this video. Um, well, I wasn't expecting that. Let me just take a sip. Thank you so much for chilling with me. Thank you for listening. I hope that something I said today resonated with you. If it did, please do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share this video. Feel free to subscribe. I will continue to record more videos similar to this, also meditations, yoga classes, workshops, etc. I did decide that I'm going to close this off with a little meditation as well. So if you want to hit pause and get cozy, feel free to do so. And then when you're ready, coming into a seated position, resting your hands, this time bringing your palms together and crossing your fingers just so that you can feel the warmth between your hands. Depending on how you're sitting, that might feel a bit funny at first. You can let them relax in your lap. Taking a moment, bringing your awareness to your space. Just noticing any sounds that are nearby. Maybe you have a fan or a heater, something just making a light noise. Maybe you have family or roommates making noise around you. Maybe your dog or your pets are playing. Just all little reminders of the life and the movement that is happening around you while you take this opportunity to find stillness. And bringing your awareness a bit closer to your body, starting to feel your breath as you take deeper inhales, filling up your lungs completely, and then exhale, release, maybe out through the mouth just to let it go a little bit. Taking another big breath, noticing any feelings you have in the chest. Exhale, release, let the shoulders relax. Let the face relax. Let's continue with a steady breath. And then I want you to bring your awareness to the warmth in between your palms. And realizing that this warmth between your hands is energy. Everything in our body is energy. The little atoms that are moving so very slightly. The exchange that happens between the walls of your cells. The cells as they move around via the blood, through the veins, through the arteries, through the heart, going through every muscle, every organ, traveling all the way from the tips of your toes to the tops of your head. Your whole body, just this one magical energy plant. And that warmth in between your hands is a little reminder of that energy. Now, if you want to imagine this energy in between your hands as a beautiful green color, any shade of green you'd like. And I want you to imagine now that this warmth, this energy in between your hands, this green color that you can visualize between your hands. As you breathe, that green light, that glowing green light starts to travel through your hands and then up your arms, making its way to your heart. And as your heart beats, this beautiful green glow glows a little bit brighter, pumping this beautiful green glowing light throughout the rest of your body, through all your organs in your chest, down your legs, to your toes, all the way up, filling up your skull. Now your whole body is this beautiful glowing green color. Continuing to breathe free and easy. As you breathe, think about this glowing green light as your power to share the love that you have inside. You are more powerful than you can ever imagine. Even if you're working with just a little bit of love today, or maybe you have a lot of love to share. As you breathe, this green glowing light is a representation of that love growing and glowing brighter and brighter with every breath. It starts to create this green glowing orb around your body. And as you think about this beautiful green glow of your love circulating through your heart and all around your body, think about all of the beautiful people around the world that could use just a little bit of that light continue to breathe, imagining that glow, that green glow of love, getting brighter and brighter, filling the room that you are in, and then filling every room in the building you're in. As you breathe, it starts to travel down the street, around the block, starting to cover your whole city with this green glowing light. And then imagine, just like you're looking at a satellite map of your town, imagine this glowing green color that you've been seeing covering your whole town. Then you see, as you breathe in and out, this green glowing light covering your whole state. Quickly it spreads through every single person in your country. And then it quickly spreads around the whole world. And now, as you breathe, you feel like you're looking at the earth from outer space, covered in this beautiful green glowing light of your love. Take a couple more breaths here, knowing that the power of your love, of the energy of your love, is able to reach anywhere and everywhere you want it to. Take another big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bringing your awareness back to your body, back to that warmth between your hands. Feel free to stay here in silence. Thank you so much again for joining me, everyone. It was an absolute pleasure again to chill with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Till next time. Peace.